All right, in this episode, we talk about conditioning the pitcher.
Should we be sprinting or running long distance?
You think Adam's going to come back?
I mean, I hope he's going to come back. I'm pretty sure he is. He said he was going to.
I don't know. I'm kind of concerned.
Yeah,
Oh, sorry. On the show here. Hey, Brent Porcio, Stephen Godani here at the @TopVelocity #PitchAndTips show. You go to Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, @TopVelocity #PitchAndTips. You ask your question. We answer on the show. And yeah, we're kind of concerned. I don't know if you remember, we had the big tall kid here, Adam Garcia, making a lot of progress in the programs. He's gone MIA. We can't find him. So if you know where he is, we're offering a reward. Officially signed baseball, David Ardsma, for whoever can find Adam Garcia.
That's a good reward.
Yeah, it's a pretty good reward. Officially signed, David Ardsma. We're not going to ship it to you. You have to come here and get it. I'm just kidding.
Hall of Fame 2022 written on it.
Yeah. And I'll ship it to you. If you can help us find Adam Garcia. We can't find him. Go to Twitter, #BringAdamHome, and help us find him. If you find him, you get the reward. Pretty cool, huh? Cool. Okay, so what's our question for today? Nate Butler asks, what are your thoughts on conditioning? For example, instead of running a mile, what are better ways to condition? All right, Nate, kind of an old question as far as should we run long distance, over other forms of training. But it's a great question because it talks about how we should work. So let's look at energy systems. And a lot of approaches say before you even design any program for an athlete, you should look at the energy system. What energy system is the athlete in? Okay, are we in and they get very scientific. I'm not going to go too far into it, but it's pretty much basically, let's make it as simple as aerobic, anaerobic. It gets even more complex than that. But aerobic, anaerobic. Aerobic is with oxygen, anaerobic is without oxygen. Meaning, is your body using oxygen to produce energy, or is it not using oxygen to produce energy? Basically, in the body, it has enough storage of energy for, basically until you've done any activity where you really start breathing heavy, it had enough energy up to that point to where it didn't need a lot of oxygen. So that's the point when it kicks in. So anything where you have to breathe heavy is an aerobic training system. And obviously, when you look at pitchers, we're not on the mound going, right? Okay, so we're not really in an aerobic energy system. Okay, so there's more to it than that, but let's just make it simple. Based on something as simple as that, long distance running, which taps into more oxygen, is not going to really be as sport specific, skill specific to pitching. So obviously wouldn't recommend it. Then on top of that, there's a bunch of case studies that says if you do any type of long distance aerobic training, it's incompatible with anaerobic power, basically. So any type of training or power production without oxygen. So obviously it's going to hurt you. So if you do long distance running, you will get, your power production will actually get worse, okay? So it's like, how long can you do it? Of course, if you go and do a little 5-minute jog, 10-minute jog, I think you're fine, obviously, as long as you bring in some anaerobic power training. So that's not, as big of an issue. It's if it's something where you're doing it for like 30 minutes, 40 minutes, and it's continuous and it's something that your body's forced to adapt to, okay? So what's a better way? Obviously getting into anaerobic training without oxygen, which is gonna be anything in a short burst. I don't like going anything over 15, 20 seconds. I think that's enough. We do actually do a shuttle run, a 240-yard shuttle run, but that's really just to try to burn every piece of energy out of us to help enhance that buffer, not to push us so far into aerobic training. But most of our stuff is short explosive intervals, like anything in speed and agility, sprinting, ladders, lateral linear movements, jumps, plyometrics, we'll load sleds, weighted vests, our our rapid response, quick twitch movements, jumping rope. All these things will be perfect for conditioning the right energy system for the power pitcher as opposed to running long distance. So, of course, if you're stuck in a system where your coach is like, guys, go run 15 poles. Okay, you know that's distance. So let's just take that and turn it into intervals, short explosive intervals. So that's the sprint, jog, sprint. But make sure you're doing that. Make sure you're sprinting your butt off for that 10, 15 seconds, and then jogging to bring down your heart rate and restore your energy. I mean, ideally, I'd like it to be a slow jog. I want that ATP to come back. It takes about 30 seconds to replenish. Well, it's more like, I'd say 30 seconds to replenish some of it where you're not still in that burning energy phase, but at least a minute and a half to get half your phosphagen, glycogen ATP back. So the point is like,
give me an example of how you did it in college, because you had to do it for like a 5-mile run, right?
Yeah, so if you have that coach who goes, you got a 5-mile run, it's the same thing. You can break it up into those intervals. So I'd take a watch and say, okay, I'm gonna sprint for 20 seconds, and then I'll jog for 30 seconds. And so while everyone else is kind of jogging, like talking about what they're gonna do tonight, I would literally go, beep, 20 seconds. Okay, and then I'd hit my 20, and I'd click to 30, and then I would get into the jog for 30 and let that ATP restore. And then after the 30, click 20, boom, and I did the full 5 miles that way.
I don't know how you did that. I would have thrown up everywhere.
Yeah, it was pretty tough. But at the same time, too, your coach saw you got a better workout at it than they did, because what coach follows you? I mean, I don't think a coach is going to be really hell-bent on you running long distance. You say run 5 miles and then it's going to follow you, even though I did have a coach do that.
Really?
But not many coaches are going to be willing to do that. But the point is if you are stuck in a long distance run, poles, whatever they are, break it into those intervals. Something like, 15, 20 second, high speed to 30 seconds, rest, low speed, and do it again, repeat. Anything you want to add?
No, I think you pretty much covered it. Just it needs to start moving towards interval sprints and stuff to really work on the fast twitch muscles, enable those, because when you're doing the long jogs and stuff like that, you're building slow twitch. So even if you're training to build fast twitch muscle, you're really confusing your body. If you're in the gym doing power clean, doing plyometric, lifting heavy loads, doing your sprints, and then on top of that you're running 3 miles, you're telling your body to break down that fast twitch muscle and start building slow twitch muscle, and you're going to really hurt your gains.
Exactly. So that was a good question. If you got a question, go to Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, at Top Velocity, #PitchTips. Ask your question. We'll answer on the show. If you find Adam, or if you're reaching out or you want to let us know you found him, go to Top Velocity, #Bring Adam Home. Let us know you found him. We'll send you the reward. And we'll see you on the show.
Yeah. Hold on. We them boys. We them boys.